Hello everyone, my name is Eric Cupcakes and happy Pride Month! June is almost over, but I managed to do at least one piece in the name of us bisexual people, as every year. What better model there could have been if not Basso himself? I love how this drawing turned out. It's been incredibly fun both to line art and color it, but we're going to talk about that later. I made the base during the sketching session of Tuesday, along with some other characters, and refined it carefully to check on the proportions and lines of action. It took slightly longer than expected to finish the lines, probably because we were chatting in the meanwhile as I was in a good mood. For context, every year I draw something along with bee flags as a bit of celebration, and this is the second year in a row that Basso is the star of the piece, and I have to say, it came out a masterpiece. You'll see that. I can't believe I've been hyperfixated on this man for so long, and sometimes I feel it's great lesson when I'm distracted, but I won't allow it to slip away, like firmly grasp it. I'm also going to leave the link of the 2021 speed paint somewhere on the screen, maybe on the top right. I never did cards before, I hope it works. If not, I'll just put it in the description. Is it me, or did they change the description location? Harder to see and the comments are scattered all over the page on YouTube? I hope they go back to the old way or find a better one, because it's a little annoying. Drawing him in this dynamic pose has been an absolute delight. Something that left me a bitter taste in my mouth was that in the last year piece I made his abs a little too defined, and they didn't look natural nor nice at all. That was my first objective, as to draw them better and avoid any line art in some parts of the drawing. Once the figure was finished, we quickly applied the base colors and called it a day. But I kept working on it after dinner, otherwise I wouldn't have the time to export a speed paint and do a voiceover on it by Saturday, which is today. I initially started putting the usual gradients on the skin, and part of me was tempted to ditch Clip Studio and go back to Photoshop, but I didn't want to switch the recording session and I was not up to the latter program shenanigans, so I kept going, until the urge to paint overcame me. There is something about Clip Studio that makes it really easy and pleasing to blend colors with a brush, and this time I used my own. While I would also like to try the default water brushes someday. Painting skin is very relaxing. You get around to play with hues and make it look really soft, while the actual colored line art keeps it together. I wouldn't know how to paint without the certainty of borders, but that's not really the main style I'm going for. After deciding it looked like I wanted to, I repeated the same process on every shape, including the flag behind his body. Before I forget, I'm going to quickly remind you that today we are playing Dark Souls, as per usual. Finally, after a whole week of work. Eventually the deadlines will be extinguished and we'll be able to play more, draw newer projects, or resume the animatics that we were so much waiting to do. Resuming the speed paint, we are approaching the end of it, which is when the magic happens. I remembered the textured brush, which are basic decorations in the shape of a brush, and I've been wanting to use the heart one since forever. I just couldn't find the piece that wouldn't have made it look out of place. And this was it. The pink palette, the brightness of the flag was just perfect. And yes, I know that it looks extremely unprofessional and it screams that it's made on Clip Studio, but I didn't care, because I love how it made the drawing look silly and cute, exactly how I want it to be. And yeah, let's put some sparkles and shinies all over as well, to really sell the happy and colorful look that it was meant to have. I lastly exported and checked the details past the recording time, and I can't wait to post it on the Lisa Reddit. I love the interactions and the comments are usually very funny. If it weren't for a couple of people over there and on the streaming platform, I would have probably switched off fandom pretty quickly, but the support has been never-ending and much appreciated. So yeah, happy Pride Month again! I hope you celebrated your own way, with your friends, and doing what you love the most. See you later at the live, and also, if you enjoy my videos, remember to subscribe and like if you want to see more. With that said, thanks for sticking by and thank you for watching. See you next time!